Hey everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You. So let me be honest, y'all were this close to not getting shit out of me this week. But I said I was gonna do better, and so this is me trying to do better. The episode was supposed to be posted on Wednesday. It is almost Friday now, and I'm just doing it now. So what are you gonna do? I'm all you got, okay? So I'm doing the best I can. But hi, tonight I'm only going live on IG. I decided not to go live on TikTok. I still don't really understand TikTok, but maybe next time I'll do it. I just want to get this done tonight. I didn't feel like doing all the other stuff. And I didn't give y'all any makeup and stuff tonight because I just can't be bothered. So this is what you're getting. You're getting very naturally tonight. I hope you guys appreciate that. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Robb Elementary school shooting. Again, just new things have come out since the last time I did this episode. They got a hold of the kid's father that did the shooting to all these kids. And the dad, I guess the rumor going around was that this guy was bullied. This kid was bullied, and that's why he decided to kill a whole bunch of elementary school students. But the dad was like, and I don't know his exact quote, but it was something like, I wish he would have just killed me. Like that's the angle that the dad is coming at with it. And I'm like, all right, Dad, I'll let that slide. But the mom, let's talk about his mom for a second. And I'm a mother, so let me start there. I feel like anytime my kid does something that's just out of pocket, it's a representation of me, right? It's a representation of me and her father and my mama, which is her grandma, and his parents. I mean, this is just kind of what it is. And I can't imagine how difficult it is as a parent or a spouse, a child of somebody who's committed a very, very bad crime. I always say that because I watch a lot of these true crime shit. Like that's all I watch. I go to sleep and wake up watching crime documentaries and shit like that. But the people that are left behind, the family members, the spouses, whatever, these are the people, they have very fucked up lives after this because you're always known as the mother of the person that did this, the father of, the kid of, the wife of, the husband of, whatever. So there's sympathy there for his mom slightly. But sis lost me when she was like, and let me say this for the record, she was speaking in Spanish and it was being translated to us. So my fingers are crossed that the translation is just off. You know, things can get lost in translation. That's where that metaphor comes from. But this lady was like, please forgive my son. No. And then she was like, I don't know why he did this, but I know he had his reason. And that's the part that I really hope is translated wrong, because what fucking reason could your son have for killing a whole bunch of babies? You know what I'm saying? Like, sis lost me with that. And she was like, please don't judge me. Don't judge my son. Please don't judge my son. He had his reasons. And I found myself cussing at this lady very loudly because it's like, ma'am, I would have rather her just not say shit. If I'm being honest, I would rather her just be quiet. I don't know why. Who knows why he did it? But to try to say he had his reasons, please don't judge him. I just feel like, so many lives were ruined from this. I have nothing to do with Texas or any of these people. I have cried about this so many times. And I think this one bothers me so much because it was a 4th grade class that he walked in and shot up, and my child is in 4th grade. So I'm just picturing how these fucking parents probably felt in that whole process. And it's like, ma'am, you lost me with this. He had his reasons. Like somebody should have told sis, just shut the fuck up. Because trying to defend whatever your son did is mind-boggling to me. Like, what? So the other part that's coming out too is the police. So there's a lot of drama around the police because of Texas up there, because for one, they were 1.4 miles away from the school. And one of the reporters was saying, even if they stopped at every stoplight, which was like 2, right? They would have still got there in 5 minutes. So there's just so many conflicting stories. I'm hearing the grandma must have called the police on the kid. Then he shot sis in the fucking face, like in the jaw, right? His own granny. And then took a car, crashed into a fucking tree or some shit, and then went into the school. The police got there apparently 4 or so minutes, or were notified 4 or so minutes after the shooting took place. And then nobody goes inside. I heard some officers went inside to get their kids. Now, pause on that. I'm not mad at that, right? Like what I was saying to my homegirl, Cookie, shout out to Cookie, you wouldn't have been able to keep me out of that school. If my baby was in that school and you're telling me there's an active shooter in there and I own a gun, fuck you. Fuck these officers. Y'all gonna shoot me? It's the motherfucker in there killing kids and nobody is taking their ass into the school. But you about to fuck me up because I'm going to get my child. I heard there was a mom who, I heard she ran in and I heard that she climbed through a window. I don't know what sis did, but somebody mama got in that fucking school and got her kids out. I'm fucking with it. So for the police officers that decided to go in and get their kids, I understand that. And I don't want to say my defense of them, but my thing has been, these people are scared. You know, human nature is what it is. These people are scared. They probably don't know how many people were in there. I'm sure there was a lot of fear in that situation. At the same time, you signed up to be a fucking police officer, king and queen. So this is it. This is the time. This is the time to get real police-like. This is the time to get all your fucking guns. This is the time to put on all your. This motherfucker was covered in body armor. Or him or the one that shot up the all the old people at the grocery store. But these fucking people are kids. Excuse me, they were both 18. Are fully covered in tactical gear and are shooting up our old people or shooting up children. And the police officers are scared. It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? And then for the parents that weren't scared, that was about that action, you stop these people from going in and saving their kids. The police chief did say in an interview after the fact, he was like, in hindsight, you know, that was the wrong move. It was wrong to wait. And I'm like, I hear you, sir. But it's like, what do you say to them parents? You know, what do you say to those parents? And I know the story that, you know, fucked me up real bad was a paramedic. It was a guy, he was a paramedic, and he was there treating this little girl, you know, another fourth grader. And so he was just like, you know, are you okay? He's cleaning all the blood off the baby. And she's like, she's crying and she's like, they killed my best friend. She's not breathing. They killed my best friend. Why did this man ask this little girl, what's your best friend's name? And whatever name she said, that was his daughter. That was his daughter. So imagine sitting there doing your job, trying to save this kid, knowing your kid is in that building, and then treating a kid just to find out from this little girl that your daughter is dead. You know what I mean? And the whole thing is just, I mean, my heart just aches for those parents. My heart aches for those little kids. That is such a traumatizing experience. And even for the police officers, right? For the paramedics, for the teachers, the fucking teachers. I used to want to be a teacher for a very long time. I still might be a professor whenever I get my PhD. I think that'll be like my retirement job. I'm going to like teach, you know, scholars, whatever. But I mean, these teachers already get paid shit. Everybody knows that. Teachers don't get paid a lot. They get paid damn near just enough to get by, right? So on top of that, and then not to get political with it, because I really don't want to deal with it, but the Republicans, their idea is we need to arm teachers. As somebody who owns a gun, it took a lot of training to hold that bitch properly. You know what I'm saying? And the kickback on them bitches is insane. So you want Miss Smith, who teaches fucking first grade, to also have a Glock in the desk. What is she gonna have? Like a safe, just in case these kids go get it? I went to Boyd Anderson High School. Now, I'm not saying be a ghetto, but be a ghetto. Be a ghetto. When I graduated high school over 10 years ago, I remember one time they had this Haitian Jamaican battle. So I stayed my Jamaican ass home. I didn't want no parts of that. Do you know, I don't know if it was the Haitian or the Jamaican. Somebody brought a fucking machete, excuse me, in their pocket, in their pants, like next to the dick, right here. And was waving that bitch around at school that day. So it's like, you want guns to be a part of this? I digress. My point is, the whole situation is just so fucking unfortunate. There's a story about the door being propped open by a teacher. A teacher left the door propped open, like the front door of the school. And then it was like, they closed it, but it just didn't lock, because everyone's also arguing, how the fuck did he just walk into the school? You can't walk into my daughter's school. You can walk into like the front office, I think, but everything else is like closed, and these are bulletproof doors. So how is Texas, one of the most pro-gun states the US has. How are you able to just walk into a school like that? He didn't have to just be a fucking shooter. He could have been a pedophile. How you just let perverts walk into a fucking school like that? So there's just so many questions. And I think what makes the situation, you know, the most depressing is that you just feel like there's no justice. You know what I mean? There's no justice for these kids. There's no justice for these families. Two women were killed. These are teachers that were killed. And for one of the women, she had 4 kids. Her husband had a heart attack and died 2 days after she got killed in this school while he was planning her funeral. So they have 4 kids. So now 4 kids lost both parents in a matter of days because of this situation. It's just such an unfortunate situation. And I'm so annoyed with his fucking mom. And I'm very annoyed with the police. While I have sympathy and I always thank officers for their service, I'm not, you know, team defund the police and fuck the police. I'm not team that, because they do protect, they do serve. These people do put their lives on the line. So I'm with y'all. But this whole situation with Robb Elementary, elementary school, was so poorly handled. And I just pray for those families, man. I don't know what you could tell those people about it, because it wouldn't really be shit you could tell me. The whole thing was just handled so last part on that. So one kid from high school, a kid said he knew the shooter very well, right? And the rumor going around was that this kid was bullied, and that's why he took his frustration out on other children, right? The kid came out from high school. He said, I knew the shooter very well. He was not bullied. He was not bullied. He, in fact, was the one that initiated some of the bullying and shit like that. So let's get that whole story straight. He was never bullied. And he went on to say, and this is very fucking important now, this motherfucker used to fuck with animals. What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? If you ever catch a kid that's fucking with animals, they're a serial killer. I'm convinced. Like, there's a lot of little signs that lead to serial killers. Killing animals is like the number one sign. Kids that do that are fucking sick in the head. Okay. And he was doing all that. So for this kid to come and drop all these gems, it's like, it contradicts. Let me not say that. I was going to say it contradicts the parents, mainly the mother. The dad didn't seem to make many excuses for him, but it contradicts the mother saying, you know, I don't know why he had his reasons, because I'm inclined to say, bitch, you knew something was wrong with your son. You knew that little motherfucker was off, and you left Nana to deal with it. Nana had to deal with it. She got shot in the fucking face. You know what I mean? But there are times when kids are really fucked up and they somehow just hide it from their parents. These are super duper psychopaths, right? These are narcissists. These are any of those terms you can come up with. Some of them are fucking crazy and can't hide it from their parents. I refuse to believe these two did not know their kid was fucked up. And I do blame them partially for the poor decision, for the turn that their kid made. I do think we should use the term evil, because it's just evil. If you were being bullied by high school students, not saying go shoot the high school students, but why then pick on literally children that have nothing to do with this? You know, one story I heard from he was a 3rd grader, I think. Or maybe he was a 4th grader. And he said one of the kids in his class like screamed out for help, and he heard and came in there and shot the little girl. My only regret in this whole situation is that he was killed. I would have loved for him to go to prison. I'm sorry, but prison, in my mind, people who hurt kids get raped in there every day. That's just how my mind works for it. Or they beat you the fuck up all the time. And I do honestly feel like this kid deserved this. If he really was as fucked up in the head as everyone's saying he was, I wish he was allowed to get his ass towed up in jail. And I would just like to believe that, you know, any afterlife, any, you know, process you can think of, he's hopefully in the shittiest one. It's just, what he's done has fucked up so many people. Like I said, I ain't got shit to do with Texas or this situation, and it has fucked me up tremendously. I was fucked up for a couple of days, worried about them kids. So sending prayers and loves and hugs and positivity to those families. Rest in peace to all those little kids. That was their last week of school, y'all. Next week is my kid's last week of school, and I'm inclined to not let the motherfucker go. And what's she gonna say? What's she gonna do? All right, rest in peace to those babies. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this very quickly because I just haven't done a podcast in a long time, and I just don't understand why this is still dragging out. Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Did this nigga shoot her or what? Like, did he do it? Did he not do it? What happened? I would like to know. I feel like I'm tired of talking about it. Every day some other story come up. Y'all trying to say Meg lying, Tory saying, she's saying Tory lying. One doctor says, yes, there were bullet fragments. Another time they say they weren't bullet fragments. I'll say this. I don't see why Meg would lie, but why would Tory lie? I guess. I mean, I guess not so he didn't go to prison. I don't know. I'm more on Meg's side, but let me say this. I don't like Meg all the way, right? Like maybe I'm growing to like her a little bit more now, but she has this I don't like people who just, they in every clique. I don't like clicky people. Like 1 minute you with this bunch, then you with this bunch, then you with this bunch. And I think maybe when Meg came out and she was just kind of getting popular, I'm thinking about it, if I just became famous all of a sudden and, well, not Usher, because I love him, but if I got famous and all of a sudden Rihanna wanted to hang out with me, bitch, I'm hanging out with Rihanna, right? Like I'm finna be with Riri for sure, right? We about to smoke weed, we about to talk about island shit, this is what we're gonna do. So I get it to an extent, but I've been saying this since, I wanna say at least about 8 years now. I think anybody that's friends with everybody is loyal to nobody. And I feel that way about Meg just a little bit. Maybe not as much now. I don't know what she's doing as much now, but I felt that way about her in the beginning. We saw her with Jordan, who was Kylie's ex-best friend. And then we see her with Kylie. That's when all the shooting and shit happened. We saw her getting licked on by G-Eazy. We saw her hanging out with this other bunch. It's like she was her and Nicki Minaj were really cool. And they were like taking their little jabs at Cardi. Next thing you know, WAP comes out. It's like, damn, bitch, what's up? Like, what do you have a loyal bone in your body? Even in the situation with the girl Kelsey, that was her best friend, that was allegedly in the car. Rumor has it that Kelsey was fucking Tory. That was her nigga. And Meg knew this, and then she started fucking him, right? So that, I mean, and if that's the case, it's like, Meg, you 2 times this nigga size. Why are you fucking this little ass nigga? Maybe he has a big, I don't know. Tory Lanez, let's talk about him for a second. I think Tory is a phenomenal artist. I think there's not much this nigga comes out with that I don't like. I have to be fair. I think he's very good. He is some of the best Canada has to offer. With that being said, he has such a Napoleon complex, it's ridiculous. If I could probably find, if we play 5 random Tory Lanez songs, on maybe 3 of them, you can hear him saying some shit like, didn't want me then, but I bet you want me now. Wouldn't fuck me then, but you gonna fuck me now. She didn't want to fuck me then, but she'll fuck me now. It's just like, okay, so clearly you never got any pussy, and now your talent has made you famous, and now you're getting pussy. I got a homegirl. She was like, I was telling her, I was like, girl, he's so little. He clearly a fuck nigga. Just the way I hate niggas that fucking tell. Shut up. Be quiet. Why are you talking about this? So she was like, girl, I don't care. I still fuck him. So a lot of women feel that way. Apparently, no matter how much Tory Lanez run his mouth, pussy is still on the table, and good for him. But I just feel like this whole situation is so weird. I did watch the Gayle King interview yesterday in preparation for this podcast. And she did respond a little weird when Gayle was like, did you have sex with dudes? She was like, with Tory? Did I get sex? You mean like sex or something like that? And Gayle was like, yes, bitch, obviously. Gayle was like, yes. And she said no. And the response, how I feel about that response, I feel like it may have been something where, like, he ate my pussy, but we didn't have sex. So I'm going to say no, we didn't have sex. When last time I checked, a dick in your mouth or vagina in your mouth is called oral sex, and it's still classified as such. If you was fucking Tory Meg, it's cool. We don't understand why. We, the people, don't get it. But maybe the little nigga is smooth. You know what I mean? Money is impressive. I like niggas who can make things happen. I like niggas with money. I don't fuck them, but I like niggas with money. So maybe that's what got Meg. But I just feel like the whole situation is weird. I think Tory Lanez shooting or alleged shooting aside, he talks entirely too much. I hate niggas that move like that. I hate niggas that go on about where they did been. I hate niggas that want to brag. Oh, no, I was apologizing because I was fucking 2 best friends. I hate that Meg, if this is true, I hate that Meg allowed this nigga to be able to say this about her and her squad. I hate that. 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 Stop giving them the ability to say they fucked all of us. Why are we doing that? Why are we a group of 3 people and this same nigga done fucked all 3 of us? It's so many niggas everywhere. Why are we all fucking the same guy? Like, I just feel like That's absurd. So I really hope she did it, but I'm not gonna lie, Meg. I feel like you probably did fuck Tory. And I feel like he was fucking your best friend, and you don't want people to look at you as a grimy ass bitch. And that's why you're denying it, but you're putting your other case in jeopardy. All that aside, if he shot this girl, whatever the repercussions are for that, it is what it is. You can do whatever you want to do somebody. You can't tell them how to respond to it. So if he get deported, he get deported. He can still produce some hot shit coming out of Canada. But I don't know. So the case is dragging on, and we'll just see. Since we're talking about cases, let me skip to this real fast. The Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard situation. So the quick summary of that is, you know, Johnny Depp, probably his most notable role, the scissors hands thing, but Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp. And it was just, he was accused of, abusing this woman, whipping her ass, all type of stuff. And I guess he got smart and recorded her saying, "I didn't punch you, I hit you." Like I heard the video, and it was just giving privileged white women so much. And that irritates me so much. So much. And this is white on white crimes. This ain't none of my fucking business. But I do feel like, in defense of men everywhere, it's unfortunate that the moment I say you're a woman beater, you have to now defend that you're not. People are going to believe me quicker than they're going to believe you. So if I say this dude beat my ass and I got 2 black eyes or something like that, especially if I come out and say it, y'all don't know me to have a nigga at all, then it's like, damn, he really did beat Leah's ass. And I could be lying. It could be on a thin line between love and hate. I'm fucking banging my arm in cabinets and shit and swinging off, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's unfortunate for men. It's kind of like when it comes to children, mothers we're usually favored in parental cases. And when it comes to abuse cases, women are believed more. And I say this all the time, white women tears. White women tears, that's like their go-to. Y'all had to, at this point, everyone has had to have seen a white woman, a Karen as we call them, on the phone with the police, screaming about a nigga beating them, and he ain't doing shit. And the only reason why we had that is because they just opened their phone and show this bitch lying about somebody beating their ass. So when it comes to white women and their tears, once they're wrong, that's the main thing they do. And from my understanding, Johnny Depp, they got a divorce. He paid this woman umpteen $1 million or whatever. And then she still comes back out, he used to beat my ass. And everybody believes him. This man got fired from the Pirates of the Caribbean. So ain't no more Jack Sparrow, which to me is crazy because he was great. I don't know what Pirates of the Caribbean gonna be without Jack Sparrow. And she's still in fucking Aquaman. I don't know what her role is in that, but that's what I was reading, that she's one of the Aquaman cast members. So she's still in Aquaman while this man lost probably his highest paying job just because she lied about him beating her ass. So in case of that with men, this is a lesson for you guys. Y'all love the bad bitches or the best pussy out, whatever, right? Johnny Depp was with his baby mama for years. Never married this woman. She was a good woman. She has come out in defense of him against this crazy bitch that he married. So you were with this woman for jackass years, as Jamaicans would say, never married this lady. She done held you down. And then you met some young bitch that came around the corner, wifed her up. They were married for less than a year. And now you lost everything. You done lost your highest paying job. He had to pay her a couple $1 million. I think the verdict came in yesterday. I think that he won in this case. He won the defamation case. So she has to now pay him $15 million and just for the defamation case. So shout out to him. But look at what you had to go through. You know what I mean? Look, it's a prime example of the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And for his baby mama to come out and still defend him, even though he never wifed her, you know what I mean? And she held him down through when he wasn't balling out of control, when he wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean. I just think that's a good lesson for men. Y'all have a tendency to pick the wrong one. You know what I mean? And this is what Amber Heard did. Amber Heard gives very much privileged white women that just be lying. And they love fucking crying about bullshit. So shout out to Johnny Depp. I'm happy he won that case. Man, I would advise you to be careful because these are white people. Niggas, it's different for us. Okay, it's different for niggas. So Just be mindful. And just to speak on that, there was, I don't remember their names, but there was this white girl that's I think she's a TikToker or a YouTuber or whatever, famous one. And she was with this black guy, this African guy. And I don't know if you heard about the case, but she stabbed this nigga to death like last month. She's still not arrested. The bitch just out. How do you kill somebody and nothing happens? Like, I don't understand. And the reason why no one's really jumping to his defense in this case is because they have multiple tweets of him talking about how much he don't like us. You mean the bitches you look like? He don't like us. He doesn't like black women. He likes white women. So now when this white woman you like so much stabs you to death, and then literally while your dead body is sitting in the house, this woman went and did a live, like I'm doing right now, while you just over there dead. Like, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. I'm sorry that he passed away, but you chose this and you were bashing us. So I'm again sorry that he died, but I'm not caping for this shit. This is what you picked. And Johnny Depp, good for you. And he's rich. I hope the Pirates of the Caribbean hire him back, because since it's been proven that he didn't do all this stuff this girl said, does he get his job back now? Does Aquaman fire this bitch? I don't know, but there should be some repercussion for just lying on a man, calling him a woman beater when he wasn't. I do think there should be some type of repercussion for that, because unfortunately, like Charlamagne always says, no one cares about the truth if the lie is more interesting. And in this case, it's way nicer to hear that Johnny Depp is a woman beater than to be realistic and say this woman was whooping his ass. Oh, and the same black guy I was just talking about that got stabbed to death by his girlfriend, she was whooping his ass, which is crazy to me, because it's like, nigga, what? You had this white bitch beating the fuck out of you? So I don't know. Rest in peace to him. And congratulations, Johnny Depp. I read Amber Heard's statement about how this is just a grave injustice for women everywhere and all that. Girl, fuck you, please. Girl, fuck you. Fuck you. You were beating Johnny Depp up. And if he did, let me not even say that. I was about to say, if he did go upside your head in defense, then what can we say? But no, let's not. I don't promote violence. I just say, everybody keep your hands to yourself. I just say, men, be smarter, because as a woman, a lot of times we're believed quicker than you guys. And so maybe this type of shit will help y'all be, go for character more than you go for ass, right? Go for who they are as a person before you just run for a pretty face or a bitch that's popping. Because look where it got Johnny, look where it got the other guy, and countless other men who have been fucked up in the name of a pretty face, right? So good luck with that. Johnny rich as fuck, he'll be straight. Okay, Young Thug and Gunna. So Young Thug and Gunna, if you've been watching it, are getting swept up in this whole Rico case thing, and it is very crazy. I feel like, I was watching some report on it, and this guy was like, they've been taping Young Thug's line for years. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. And I think, let me bring a little Jamaica into it. I think that's how they got Vybz Kartel, because it was like a text message or something, and it was something like, is it taken care of or some shit? And then the guy was like, yeah, I'm eating my rap food, or he's sleeping with the fishes, if you will. I think that's kind of how they got Vybz Kartel. So I was like, damn. But yeah, I don't know the details of the case, but I think it's crazy now that they're using Young Thug's rap lyrics, and I think Gunna's rap lyrics, to incarcerate these guys. And I'm like, I don't know why I thought you couldn't do that. Like, I thought it was artistic or freedom of speech or whatever. Either way, one report I saw today, the court, the lawyer, the prosecutor, whatever, the one on the state side, they were like, Young Thug is the top. He's the head slime. Like, he's the most dangerous one. They didn't deny this man's bail because he's a flight risk. It's just, it's wild. Let me just say that. And I'm not a huge Young Thug fan, but I like him. I don't understand what he says all the time, but I think he makes good music. Based on the guys I know that listen to rap music a lot more, they love Thug. So I really hope this shit works out. But I hope this is something that other rappers are, paying attention to. And there have been other cases where a rapper's lyrics have been used against him, but they are literally trying to lock these men up for like the rest of their fucking lives, right? Like, Gunna just came out. Gunna, if anything, is getting a lot more fame now. Like, he's at like the height of his career, and both of these men are facing these crazy ass RICO charges. And they're using their fucking art against them. And it was crazy is I was listening to the Breakfast Club last week, and they played like 2 of the songs. Ski is one of the ones they're using against Young Thug, but they didn't play that one because we all know that song. But they played 2 of the songs, and one of them was very like, put a bullet in his head, kill that nigga, took care of that nigga. I'm like, so we just killing niggas and telling people we kill niggas now? I don't know. I'm not saying you did it, Young Thug and Gunna. I hope y'all get out of that situation, but that is wild. Niggas, be careful. That's all I'm saying. And I've said this a couple of times on the podcast. Niggas, this is to the Black community. We not lucky. They already want us to go to jail. Why are we giving them reasons to put us in jail? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for it. Yeah, we should be able to do the shit white people can do, but we can't. And we know that's the case. So the trick is to be above that. There's a lot of things we can still do that still give us liberty and freedom. But if we know they want us to go to prison already, they want us to die, why the fuck are we giving them ammo to put us in prison? I just think about it. Just about, I don't know. Good luck, Young Thug and Gunna. This shit getting crazy. I can't bother. Okay, 2 more things. LeBron, I want to say shout out to LeBron. LeBron, as of today, I don't know if it's as of today, but today's when I read it. LeBron is the first active NBA player to become a billionaire. Round of fucking applause. Mm-hmm. Not a huge LeBron fan, but I just mean I'm not like, you know, I'm not one of his like fandoms, but I'm a fan of him either way. LeBron James is a phenomenal basketball player. He seems to have a really nice family life. His wife is beautiful. His daughter's beautiful. His sons are so handsome. So I'm very happy for him. This is just a congratulatory hats off to you, Mr. James. This is great. I'm very happy for him. I remember something I listened to. It was just funny because he was trying to like trademark the whole Taco Tuesday thing, which of course they denied because you just can't do that. That's too common of a term. But I mean, it does show how he's venturing into other things to build his empire. Kind of like Rihanna. We've been waiting on an album from Rihanna. I don't think she came out with an album in like fucking 10 years. I don't even know. Alexa, when was Rihanna's last album released?
Anti by Rihanna was released on February 5th, 2016.
2016. February 5th, 2016. Rihanna ain't gave us an album in a long fucking time. But Fenty, I got all her Fenty shit over there. She got the face wash shit. She had some clothes the other day. She got shoes and shit. She just had a baby boy. Oh, congratulations to Rihanna. And Stop Rocky, they had a baby boy in between the last time I made a podcast episode. Can't wait to see what his beautiful ass look like. That's probably crazy. Not a huge A$AP Rocky fan at all. Don't like his reference to Black women. Again, I don't know why you niggas keep doing that. But he is a beautiful man. He has very nice bone structures, and Rihanna is fine as fuck. So I think they probably made a very beautiful baby. Congratulations to them. She's also a billionaire. And congratulations to LeBron James for being the first active NBA player to become a billionaire. All right, last topic, and this one's lengthy. Kevin Samuels. All right, so I was giving it some time before I talked about him. Kevin Samuels I believe he'd be classified as a YouTuber. I don't know if that's what he's classified as, but Kevin Samuels was a very popular YouTuber that passed away I just looked it up before I got on live, like May 5th, earlier in last month. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was very surprising. It was just, he was with a lady and I think she's the one that called the police, or they said she just so happened to be a nurse. So she was able to say this man is, non-responsive and all that. So it's unfortunate. I heard that his mom found out through social media, which I think is that really sucks. You know, you never want to find out about your loved ones that way. That was how Kobe Bryant's family found out about him and Gianna's passing. They found out through TMZ or on social media or something. So that's very unfortunate. I my positive energy to his mom and his family. I don't know if he had kids, but same to them. That's a fucked up way to find out that your loved one has passed. But Kevin Samuels died earlier last month. And there's a lot of mixed reviews, about it. So, like I said, first off, rest in peace. I was looking for a cause of death before I got on this episode and I couldn't find one. Like literally nothing. I could find nothing about how he passed, which I think is very fucking weird. But I could find nothing about how he passed other than he's gone. So with Kevin Samuels, I never listened to any of his videos. I only knew him based on the things that went viral, and it was always him bashing some Black woman in one way or another, right? And unfortunately, that's all I know of him. With It's Lovely Tea, she's a YouTuber that I listen to all the time. I watched the video she played last week of Kevin Samuels, and it was 4 years ago, and Kevin Samuels was in his car. Seems like when he first started, and he was going in on men, Black men, and he was like, Black men, we have to do better. We got to be this, we got to do that. And I know, nobody really wants to hear this. I know I'd get a lot more views and likes if I was on here bashing Black women. I know that would, sell better, but they're not the problem, or whatever. He was just saying he was really getting on Black men and the changes we need to make. Stop disrespecting Black women, da, da, da. But the comment that stood out in that video is him saying, I know I would get a lot more views and likes if I was on here bashing Black women, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Black men, we need to get our shit together. Hold it. Okay. So, I gotta talk nice about this because I have to remember that this man has passed away. I don't like Vivica A. Fox. She came out in a video like literally days after he died, and she was kind of going off. She was like he killed over under some woman. She talked about him in not a so pleasant way. And like I said to my homeboy Terry, shout out to Terry, I didn't care for Kevin Samuels very much, but the man wasn't out here killing babies, bruh. He was out here telling women who called him, in my opinion, very disrespectful shit. But these women called him and asked for this. So it's like, okay, that has nothing to do. I wouldn't call him. There's no way I'm going to call a man for him to tell me I'm built like a linebacker, or I have a child, so I'm not a high valued woman, or all this shit that he would say. People called him and asked for this. So it's like, I think we still need to be very respectful of the fact that this was a human who had family members and he died. And while we may not have liked his approach to fame, he wasn't out here doing some off the wall shit. He was doing what worked for him, his gimmick, and that has its own repercussions. But I do think Vivica and others like that should just be a little more mindful of the fact that somebody died. We ain't got to drag him like that unless they had like direct beef. And I think they did. I did see a snippet of him like yelling out, Vivica A. Fox, shut the fuck up, or something like that. Like he went off on Vivica, so I can tell Vivica don't fuck with him. But I just think we need to be a little more mindful of the fact that somebody died. But what I would say about Kevin Samuels is I think it's important to talk about his legacy, right? He was around, I think he got popular the most in like the last 2 years, maybe 2-3 years, maybe during COVID or something like that. But he passed away earlier last month. When's the last time y'all seen anything about Kevin Samuels? When's the last time y'all seen a post or a damn, we missed him, or you just, it's like in a blink of an eye, you passed away and you're just gone. And unfortunately, while his fans, he has a lot of fans, Terry defends him to the T. He has a lot of fans and they swear up and down that this man talked about bringing the Black families together and Black men needing to do better and Black women, but that's not what he was famous for. And I've never seen that. As somebody who, okay, prime example, Wendy Williams. I didn't watch the Wendy Williams show, and I don't even think I was listening to radio when she was on the radio. I know Wendy Williams is an acclaimed radio host, and she had a high rating TV show for umpteen years. And she petty and she messy as fuck, right? These are things we know about Wendy. Wendy's rude. Wendy wears a lot of wigs, but this is Wendy Williams' legacy. She will go down as being one of the best to ever do what she does, and she will be known for being messy. That's what Wendy Williams does. Kevin Samuels' legacy, as sad as this is, his legacy is him bashing Black women. And I would like his fans to stop being so, how can I put this? Like purposely, I wrote it down, what do I call it? Stop being so purposely combative. That's a good, for lack of a better term. And just keep it a buck. This, whether he was known for trying to bring families together, that's never what went viral. And he lost me because of that video that I saw from 4 years ago. This man straight up said, I know I would get more views and likes if I came on here bashing Black women, but I'm not going to do that, just to turn around and do exactly that. And that's his legacy now. His legacy is, if it's City Boys Up, if that's what you want to say, if whatever it is, he's gone now and no one's talking about it. It's just over. You came, you bashed us, and you passed away. And I think it's important I hope this is a lesson to people to think about what you may be known for when you pass away. I think about old age and what I'm leaving for my kid so much that, Mia may not like everything, but her mom has always been honest. I'm always respectful to people, as respectful as I can fucking be. And I don't want my legacy to be bashing Black men every day or anything to that sort, but that is what he's known for. And I think I just want people to stop being so oblivious to it. I asked my homeboy, who capes for him all the time, I said, did you see that video of him saying he knows he'd be famous if he bashed us? He was like, yeah, I saw that. So I said, okay, so why do you think he made that switch? Why do you think he made the switch to telling us, what did he say, after 35, if you're not married, you're a used up woman or something like that? I hate that he was so comfortable saying things like that about his women. And I hate that so many other Black men think that shit is cute to go around saying that. If I came on here every day and said, fuck Black men, you niggas ain't shit, all you niggas doing lie, whatever, I would also be a problem. What other race, Micah says this, and this other podcast I listened to said it. What other race do you guys ever hear going around talking about how much they don't like their women? I never hear white men going around talking about how much they don't like white women. I never hear that. I never hear Asian men going around talking about how much they don't like Asian women, right? I don't hear Latin women going around about how much they don't like Latin men. But we as Black people are so vocally loud about how much we hate each other, and we're confused as fuck as to why nobody else takes us seriously. And we praise people that sit there and bash us instead of condemning him. There's no reason why Kevin Samuels should have gotten famous off of disrespecting his own women. And then what made it even worse in his case was, it wasn't that he was a happily married man in a committed relationship. He was divorced at least once. And for all accounts, I'm hearing that the lady he passed away with was a fucking escort, right? So it's like, this is what we praising y'all. This is what we're calling our heroes. This is who we're celebrating. I just think I wish we had higher standards for ourselves as Black people. I'm not saying it's not good for, a good kiki or whatever, but something as Lovely T said, she was like, some of the commentary that he made, this shit is being discussed on Extra. Like, this shit is on white people TV. White people now are hearing that some nigga said us niggas, we're not, literally he said Black women aren't pretty. Like, by standards, I forgot what the exact word, but by some type of standard, Black women aren't attractive. Black men are saying this about us, and y'all think this is some shit we need to praise. So I just feel like Black people gotta do better. It's ridiculous. And for this guy, who we have to give him credit for, he got very popular very fast. He got 1 million YouTube subscribers, followers, whatever, in like no time. He did so good. And it was like, if he would have just used his platform slightly different, made more positive things go viral. And I guess, to be fair, he couldn't have controlled what went viral for him, but he definitely decided to bash Black women because he knew it was a way to get on. And that seems to be one of the new crazes. Let's sit there and talk about how Black women ain't shit. And for some reason, everybody seems to like that. Black women watch it because we want to see what was said. And Black men who feel how they feel support it. There were so many men, I know so many men, that supported all the things they said. And it's like, but ain't your mama well over 35 and unmarried? So this bitch used up or whatever. It's like, it's the disrespect between us, between Black women and men, that I think is just we're so embarrassing. And no other race does this. No other race goes around talking about how much they hate their counterpart, but we literally sit here and praise this type of shit. There's this podcast, I don't forgot the name of it, but there's a podcast that's going around, and there's this Indian looking dude. I don't know what he is, but it's him and a Black guy. And they just sit there going in about, I've seen a few clips, because these are ones that go viral, of them, you Black bitches, and y'all ugly, you Black ass bitch. And it's just like, I don't know why y'all listen to this shit. I don't get it. If anything, and women, let me talk about y'all. For all the women that sat there and called this man just to have this man tell them, the one snippet somebody sent me, this man was asking her how much she weighed. And she was like, she weighs, I forgot how much she said. Let's say one, maybe two something. But she was like, she's so thick. And he was like, you're obese. Now, let's be fair. He's not wrong. I'm obese. I'm obese for my height. So shit, right? But in her case, he was like, I'm 6 something and you're this, and you weigh more than me. You're obese. So he's right. But it's just a delivery of it. Why the fuck do you want somebody to talk to you like that? Why the fuck are y'all calling him? Why were you guys calling him? For him to sit there and tell you that you're used up and nobody wants you. And if you have kids, you ain't shit. And what the fuck? What and furthermore, what does his validation do for you? Black women, like, what the fuck? I feel like we so damaged it don't even make sense. In my case, there would be no need for me to call. I don't give a fuck what a Kevin Samuels, a Billy Bob, I don't give a fuck what any of them think about me. But to know that we strive for validation from men that are disrespecting us so much, something's fucking wrong with us. Every time I would see a video, I would say, why the fuck do these women keep calling him for him to tell them they ugly? Like, that's just crazy to me. So I just feel like, now that he's passed away, it's been like over a month, almost a month since he's gone. And it's unfortunate because I hate how, somebody passes away and they're just never talked about again. And his legacy, while he does have fans, I know a lot of people that are fans of him, women and men alike. There are a lot of people like me who don't, care one way or the other. I'm sorry that he passed away. I'm never team anybody dying. That's always sad to me. And like I said, this was somebody's brother, somebody's son, maybe somebody's dad, whatever. But I'm not praising him passing away, and I'm not mourning it either. It's unfortunate that he died. But your legacy now is, oh, that YouTuber that used to bash Black women, oh, that YouTuber that used to tell women they was used up. You know what I mean? It's hard to get a lot of sympathy out of people when that's how you treated, or that's how you spoke about your own women. And like I said, I hate that he took the easy way out. For him to publicly say, I know I'd get a lot more views if I was bashing Black women, but I'm not going to do that. Just to then turn around and do that. You played yourself. He played himself. And like I said to Terry, I hope he's proud of his legacy. I hope his family's proud of his legacy. But that's what your legacy is now. Oh, I was getting comments on the place. Hold on. All right, we got an RIP Kevin Samuels. We got a yes. I just said this. They hate us. Exactly. Nonetheless, they were paying to get on that show. From what they were paying to get on the show. Oh, Lord. So Kara _forever_ young said she heard that they were paying, like women were paying to get on that show. So in his case, again, he was brilliant. I mean, that's perfect. Someone's paying you for you to tell them they ain't shit, right? And he was successful in this. So again, we have to give him credit for creating a brilliant platform. And while I don't like the way he rose to his fame, if you will, he did that shit though. So we gotta give him that. That's not true at all. Terry said that's not true at all. Terry, I've been shouting you out, my homeboy Terry. That's what I was talking about. So probably maybe he wasn't. And true, you don't have to. I know how YouTube works. I think you get paid by like ads. So either way, if he's popular enough, ads are going to pay to be shown in between his stuff. So however he did get his fame, we have to give him credit for that. But I just think for him to publicly say, I know I'd get more views if I was bashing Black women, but I'm not going to do that, just to turn around and do exactly that so he can get his fame. I don't take him serious. It's like it's almost like, I don't want to say selling your soul, but for a lack of a better phrase, it's like that. And now that's what your legacy is. Your legacy is talking shit about people that look like your mama. And if he had kids, people that look like your kids. And the woman he was found with don't look like us either. So this just supports the narrative of everybody saying he hated Black women. And I don't think that's the case. I just think he did what made him money. And now here's your legacy. Like I said, this man has passed away, and I couldn't even find like a cause of death, and it's just unfortunate. So I do say, again, rest in peace. I do think we need to be mindful of the fact that while we may not like what he did, this is still somebody this is somebody's family member, right? And like I said to Terry, this man wasn't out here killing babies. He was disrespecting Black women, but we called him for him to do that. So it is what it is. But Black people, please find better heroes, my guy. Like, that's fucking wild. For the amount of niggas I'm hearing saying Kevin Samuels was this, was that. Again, no other races do this. No other races go around talking about how much they hate their women or how ugly their women are, et cetera, et cetera. But we as Black people praise women who do this and men who do this. And it's like, we're so fucking dumb. This is why the fucking white people be doing us like this. We don't even fuck with each other. This is why they be doing us like this, because we support men and women who drag each other down. It's just like, please find better heroes, y'all. Y'all embarrassing me and everybody else. All right. So rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, and we'll leave that at that. I think that's it, y'all. I think that's all I got for y'all. Like I said, I was this close. I was this close to not doing this episode this week, but I turned over a new leaf. No, my AC is still not fixed. So the question is, why do I have on this black long sleeve shirt? But it's cool. I'm about to go take another shower, and hopefully next time I do an episode, I'll have air. So, which I'm gonna try to look nice for y'all next time. I'm gonna try to like do my thing. Oh, last thing. So I make reels and TikTok stuff all the time now, and I did a video, like just a joke about Jamaican men or whatever. And one of my homegirls said, girl, you know, this Jamaican man had dragged me through this. And I said, I'm going to do an episode about surviving Jamaican men. It's meant to be comical. I'm very Jamaican. So like I said, I just want to hear the stories of what I have tales. I dated one Jamaican man, and this nigga done did everything under the motherfucking sun. But I don't know what it is. Jamaican man, y'all ain't shit. But we like y'all so much. So this will be fun. I think I'm gonna try to make the post after I get off of here. Just, you know, I'm gonna name that episode like Surviving Jamaican Men. And I was telling Kiera, I was like, you know, you guys got to give me like a signature so you can be like Big Bati Kati, and Big Bati Kati, you know, tell us your story. And I'm gonna read them on the episode. I think that'll be fun. So if I can get enough, I can get at least 5. I'll make that. Haitian, yeah, I heard Haitian men up there, sis. I've talked to one Haitian man, just one, and that was enough for me. I don't want to talk to them no more. So, and Jamaican men, like I said, when I was younger, I always said, you know, damn, I don't do Jamaican men, but it's like the older I've gotten, I'm very Jamaican, and I do feel like not just a Jamaican man, but I feel like I do need an island man to balance me out. So I don't know, because I'm still avoiding y'all like the fucking plague. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate your time. Please be safe in whatever you're doing. Please follow us at Let Us Say It For You on IG. Let Us Say It For You on YouTube. And Let Us Say It For You, just to you, on Twitter. Do you see how I ripped that shit? I was struggling last week, y'all. I forgot my little closeout line, which ain't did this in a long time. I'm gonna see if I can get Big Mike for y'all one of these days. Mike, I told you, man, Mike out here with kids and shit. Mike out here living, bro. Mike got I'm glad you're still with us. I'm glad you see, I could have really, y'all could have lost me. Y'all could have lost me after that Haitian man. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna try to see if I can get Big Mike for y'all soon. So you can have my good sis back. But I'm trying to get in the habit of seeing if I can really do this myself, because then at least I know the show will continue, right? Even if I don't have a co-host. So this one seems to be successful. Like I said, I hope I have air next time. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be safe. Goodbye.